So you're thinking about taking ayahuasca, but you're not too sure on the process before it because there's lots of mixed information and different things like that. So I've actually had 10 ceremonies with ayahuasca now, so I've had a bit of experience. Before I was following quite a strict diet, and I've actually done a dieta with ayahuasca. The dieta I did was tobacco. So the process for that is you drink 3 small glasses of tobacco, and if you're not too sure about what dieta is, I'll actually make a separate video on dieta so you can better understand it. But in short, basically, all plants have consciousness and an intelligent being behind them. So if you agree that Mother Ayahuasca is a plant teacher, you can also agree that San Pedro has a plant teacher, psilocybin mushroom has a plant teacher, but so does tobacco, toei, and all these different other plants. So when you combine tobacco with ayahuasca, you get ayahuasca, but you also get tobacco. So in your visions, you'll meet 2 entities, and they'll both work to heal you. Before, I was following primarily a plant-based diet anyway. So red meats, which you're meant to avoid, pork, which you're meant to avoid, dark fishes you're meant to avoid, like fatty fishes, salmon, tuna, and different fishes like that you're meant to avoid. You're meant to avoid extra sugars, extra salt, oils. You can use a bit of coconut oil and a little bit of olive oil, but limit as much as possible. Grains are fine, potatoes are fine, vegetables are fine, fruits are fine, apart from citrus fruits and pineapple. Fruits, the greener the better, I suppose, because you want to try and keep your sugar level low. What this does is this helps you connect more with the plant, because when you're consuming stimulants like sugar and caffeine and all of these different things, what that does is that actually limits your connection to the plant. So what you want to do is you want to strip all of this as much as possible and actually get yourself to a point where you can eat the food but your focus isn't on it, because you want your full time and attention to be on the plant, because you want to allow the messages to come through. Salt is quite a grounding sort of condiment, so when you have salt inside your system, it keeps you planted, and you want to be quite free and available to the spirits. So that's why they recommend cutting out. Chili they recommend cutting out because it's quite powerful, and chili doesn't really agree with ayahuasca, because ayahuasca can pass through quite extensively and give you basically explosive diarrhea. So if you're having that with chili, it's not going to agree because your stomach's already upset and needs time to adjust. On this trip they have 2 types of diet. They have the normal diet and they also have a dieta. So with the dieta, all you'll be having is plain potatoes, no salt, no flavour, nothing, just plain boiled potatoes. You'll have lentils, plain, nothing on them, or beans, plain, nothing on them. Or I'll actually put some photos up of what I've had. And then with this, you'll have a plain white fish, or plain chicken, or some form of boiled eggs. And then some grain, whether it's quinoa or white rice. So that is a very plain diet that's going to help you connect with toei or tobacco or whatever plant base you connect with ayahuasca. People that were just here for a short period and just take in ayahuasca itself, they have a different diet. The diet involves minimal oil, minimal flavouring, so a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic. It involves a lot more variety, so you will have broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, beetroot, cinnamon flavouring. You have banana shakes with cacao, so raw chocolate in with the banana. You'll also be able to have red apples, some grapes, and you'll be eating with the meat. There's still no pork, still no red meat, it's still plain chicken or plain fish. But the differences between that and the dieta is you actually have a lot of flavourings there, and you have a lot more fruits there, because the only fruit you can consume is green apples. You can't have red apples, you can't have oranges, you can't have bananas, pineapple, mango, melon, you can't have any of that. On the other diet, you can. People are still having absolutely amazing experiences on a normal diet regardless, but if you truly want to connect and have the commitment, then a dieta is the way to go. Every facilitator, every shaman, and everyone that's done dieta that I've spoke to have said basically it's intensified their experience, they've met this other entity, and it's just helped them heal that bit more. So 100% recommend it. When you actually complete your dieta, they will close your diet, and then you have the opportunity to eat these other foods. But after you're completely done with ayahuasca, there's some recommendations that you need to follow. And these recommendations are stay away from sex for the following 2 weeks, just to help your energies balance out and heal. Although here at the centre, they say it's fine. Once you're closed off, once you have your final Icaros and they close you off, then they say it's fine. Blue cheese, stay away from for a month. These pork, stay away from for a month. I think red meat's okay after 2 weeks. Normal fish is okay after 2 weeks. You can start adding in mild chilies after 2 weeks, hot chilies after a month. In terms of so the things you was avoiding before, I'd recommend just following for an extra 2 weeks after, because what this does is this helps you connect with Mother Ayahuasca. Because once you're out of ceremony, you still get messages, whether it's in your sleep, in your rest time, in your meditation. She'll still be sending you messages, and so will the plant if you did a dieta. So the idea is to keep that connection strong. If you're participating in other drug use, this is when things get a bit more difficult, you could say, because certain drugs can completely cut the connection with Mother Ayahuasca, and you won't get your messages no more, and you've completely cut the tie. So marijuana can completely cut the tie if you don't use it in a medicinal form. So if you smoke it just casually with your pals, if you just want to eat a big pizza and watch a movie and you smoke weed, that can also cut the connection. And if you abuse marijuana, it cut the connection. But if you use it in a ceremonial form, if you use it to connect as a medicine and help you heal, and use it as a plant teacher, then marijuana will help you. Psilocybin mushrooms are absolutely fine. You can use them whenever. They're very syncretic with it. So is San Pedro, and so is Iboga, which is from Africa. That's very syncretic with it. Things like MDMA can completely cut the tie. Ecstasy and all of these drugs that you use on a night out can also cut the tie. Crack, heroin, definitely cut the tie. So basically the hard drugs and the sort of commercial drugs, the ones that you just use to go out and enjoy and party, can cut the tie. But these medicinal drugs, which have teachers behind them, give you a psychedelic experience and teaching, these are fine, so you can stick to them. If you do have any more questions, there's probably lots I've remembered but forgot to say right now, so just comment down below and I'll reply to your comments and let you know. I've got a documentary coming out soon, and many other people's experiences with ayahuasca and more dieta information, so subscribe. Thank you, enjoy.